new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. Yeah. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
Hey, Grand Rising to you billionaires. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the new Black Wall Street as we present to you guys the Money and Power Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way. But if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. Well, you can pick up your copy today by simply going to the website www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. You'll find that book in English, in ebook, and also soft copy in French, in ebook, and also audiobook as well. Pick up your copy today. You can find that link in the description above or below. All right, today's episode is being brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, which specializes in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art-inspired gifts. Here you can shop Black, buy Black, all that good stuff. And we made some adjustments to make sure that we are taking care of our most critical needs at this particular point. And so we want everybody to protect their house. And so we do have masks available, fashion masks, your CDC recommended masks. We do have also black seed oil, things like that. Hand sanitizer, face shields have just come in, are available now as well as latex gloves, things like that. All of your personal protective equipment. Matter of fact, today we're doing a community event in our local area, which is Decatur, for our neighborhood as well, where we're going to have a PPE event for our brothers and sisters to come out and get the stuff that they need, amongst other things that they can buy as well, because a lot of stuff is still kind of trickling in, being made available, but we can't wait till it gets on these sites. We need it now to protect ourselves as states and cities and stuff like that are opening back up. So protect your house and at the same time shop Black. And you can do that all at ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, by simply going to the website www.theblackbazaar.com, www.theblackbazaar.com. We want you guys to remember this, that once you shop Black, you never go back. That's right. Once you shop Black, you never go back. Also, welcome you guys over to Money and Power Show. We obviously do have something we want to make you aware of. This is for all of our BBC members. If you are here at this particular time while we're live and you are part of the BBC, go ahead and put in the comments below hashtag BBC, because we do have a presentation here tonight to teach you guys about the Nextdoor app. One thing that we do in the BBC on Thursdays is we teach you how to profit. And the way that you can profit is by connecting to people. And one of the ways that you can stay connected during social distancing is through this app called Nextdoor. So we will be teaching you guys what Nextdoor is and how you can use it to get rich. How you can use it to get rich. That's tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark your calendar, set your alarms, whatever you got to do to make sure that you don't miss it. Be there or be square. Okay, be there or be square. Let's find out who's here today. As we are broadcasting here live, go ahead and let us know where you're connected from, what city, what state, what country that you might be connected from. We're broadcasting across the World Wide Web, across Facebook, and also YouTube Live. And just would love to know just who's connected with us this morning and where you are connecting from. So go ahead and let us know in the comments below. Hit the like button, the share button if you care. This is free financial education for the nation. Free financial education for the nation. So we as a people must stop complaining about what someone isn't teaching us when we refuse to show up to classes that by people who are teaching us, right? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, they're not teaching us this, but they had a class I didn't go to. Well, what's the problem, right? So this is free financial education. Tag a brother, tag a sister. If you are your brother's keeper, your sister's keeper, tag them here today. I know everybody don't get up in the morning. That could be a problem as well, but nonetheless, we're here. What's going on, Richest Man? Queen Vivian is in the house. Thanks so much for joining us out of Brooklyn, New York. Queen Phyllis is in the house. Good morning to you. Queen Alicia Thanks so much for joining us out of South Carolina. Clean Gloria is in the house as well. Thanks so much for joining us, man. King Thomas out of Louisville, Kentucky. That's right. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee, man. Home of Muhammad Ali. Thanks so much for joining us, man. BBC is representing here this morning. BBC is in the house. Greenville, South Kakalaki is in the house, man. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning. Queen Fionn, where are you? Out of North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, the house, man. Zach Shahi. I believe out of Columbus, Georgia. Brother, it's time. It is time. Matter of fact, Zach, not this Monday, but if you have time in your schedule next Monday, not this Monday coming up, I got somebody. Next Monday for Black Man Monday, I love to have Zach with the facts on the show. So let me know if next Monday, Zach Shahi, got to bring you on the show, brother. Love to talk to you and see what's been going on. Catch up with you. Bless the people because you are a learned man. So let me know if that's going to fit your schedule, brother. I'd love to bring you on the Money and Power show because you know what we talk about here? Money and power. Money and the power. Money and the power. I ain't going broke because I got money and the power. That's right, man. Chasey is in the house out of Louisville, Kentucky. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee. Home of Muhammad Ali. That's what I'm talking about, man. Jermaine Brown is in the house. Thanks so much for joining us out of New York. The American Money and Power show. Ella Webb Weaver. Where you been? Ella, well, what's going on, Ella Well Weaver, man? Maria, out of Savannah, Georgia. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the Money and Power show, man. Shahidville, Columbus, yes, sir, it's time. That's right, man. Let me know. You'll check your schedule. Absolutely, man. So, the Money and Power show is all about talking about money, economics, and also power politics. And so these are two areas that we've been conditioned not to talk about. And I just said, damn, Nat, we're going to talk about it. It's all about money, getting your money up, getting your capital, understanding how money flows and how money is used and all that good stuff in the capitalist society. But then you have the political side, which is the rules of money, which many of us don't know. This is the taxes and laws and all this stuff that we just be trying to live our life, but then we don't know these laws and we get caught up in stuff we don't know. So that's just what it is about. And of course, it's not just voting and stuff. It's about knowing what you're voting for. You know, that's how I want to be educated as it relates to, this part of life. Okay. So here's the deal. I don't have anybody political just yet. But I did find a nice little political book written by Mr. Dr. Claude Anderson. And we're going to start there here today. Dr. Claude Anderson wrote a book called The Black History Reader. This is 101 questions that you never thought to ask. 101 questions that you never thought to ask. And today, out of this book, we're going to get our political moment, our political piece. The question is this: can blacks be competitive? I got to get a little typo. Can blacks be competitive? A competitive group without group self-interest. Now, you see how Dr. Claude Anderson be setting it up. He already set it up so he can answer it. But can blacks be a competitive group without group self-interest? Everybody put in console self-interest. Without group self-interest. Now, Dr. Claude Anderson is one of the great minds of our day. He's still alive. He's written books like Powernomics, Black Labor, White Wealth, stuff like that. You might have seen him with Boyce Watkins. He does a lot of interviews with Boyce Watkins. So Dr. Claude Anderson is well respected. I still got some things I want to say about Dr. Claude Anderson, but I'm going to give honor where honor is due. And he has written a phenomenal book, I believe, for us to be able to gather and think. That's right, think. This is a thinking man's book. Okay, all right. So let's answer this question. See what Dr. Claude Anderson has to say about can blacks be a competitive group without group self-interest. The Money and Power show. Let's read. It will be very difficult for Black Americans to become a competitive group if they cannot shake the unique social conditioning imposed on them during 5 centuries of slavery and Jim Crow semi-slavery. Look at that. Everybody, he said, if you cannot shake, so we got to shake some social conditioning. Normally, a group that has been systematically oppressed for a prolonged period develops a heightened sense of group consciousness, self-interest, and closes its ranks against outside threats. Blacks appear to be different. The 21st generation of Black America remains bound by lessons learned in slavery that stripped them of a group self-interest. They remain altruistic, dedicated to the welfare of others before themselves. They love everybody, are forgiving, long-suffering, hard-working, self-sacrificing, dedicated to taking care of others first, and look for a reward in heaven after death. Today, that mindset has resulted in Blacks who believe that because of their long status of sufferers, they ought to be the moral conscience of the nation and the world. Few Black ministers tell their congregation that it is actually against biblical instructions to sacrifice, that is actually against Bible instructions to sacrifice themselves, abandon their homes, families, and race to save others, regardless as to whether they are immigrants, ethnics, homeless, impoverished, gay, or any other fabricated minority. Blacks carry the moral and civil rights banner for all people, while most people look out for themselves and ignore the needs of the Black masses. In a race-based society, every group is competing to win in their own group self-interest. As a group, by not having self-interest and being altruistic, Blacks lose by default. They are poor and powerless, i.e., money and the power. They are poor and powerless. Their labor and culture have enriched nearly every group on earth except their own. With a sense of self-interest, a group can recognize competitive advantages, opportunities, and ways to protect and build on what it has that is valuable. Success will come only when they can unify. Everybody put in council, unite, and compete in the best interest of the group. United, we stand. Divided, we fall. United, we bargain. Divided, we beg. Dr. Claude Anderson answering the question, can Blacks be a competitive group without group self-interest? And it's a question he poses. 101 questions that you never thought to ask, but now that he's asked it, what do you think? Can Blacks be a competitive group without group self-interest? Can we compete without working together? Can we compete without having a sense of self for the group itself? Can we compete in this society in which we live without group self-interest? Without group self-interest. All right, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. LOL, man. Good morning. You're making moves. That's what I'm talking about, man. Money, power, and respect. Self-interest, right? Self-interest, right? Self-interest. I was right. Self-interest today, man. As individuals, we lose. Tracy Marshall coming. That's right. It's sad because we still believe in equality. Ain't no such thing as there is fair, but there's no such thing as equal. I'm sorry to tell you. I just sorry to tell you, ain't no such thing as equal. Nope. The only thing that equates or brings about equality is the money that you got in your pocket. I mean, you start flashing some cash and some credit, then you start getting a little bit more respect as it relates to society or it relates to the marketplace. You see, when you got a little money in your pocket, or when you have that type of power where you can go in and you can tell them, no, I'm not buying from you. I'll go buy down the street. And then they be like, well, we want your money. Be like, well, no, you ain't earned my money. Then you start to get a little respect. They start treating you a little bit better. They start. Hey, listen, they start doing stuff like this. They start calling you sir and ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They be like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And they ain't looking at your color then. They looking at your wallet. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You be like, oh, man, I feel like I'm on the plantation, but I ain't the one serving. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. What else can I do for you today? See, that's what happens when you start putting a little money in your pocket. You start focusing on getting on building capital in a capitalistic society. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. How can we help you today? What else do you need? How high should I jump? Things change when you got money in your pocket. Okay? That don't mean that you won't still be, ostracized. That means that stupid people still want to try to play the race card. Race is going to always be an issue in America because that's how I got started. I'm just saying, you don't deal with it as much. Because I let my money do the talking. Everything else can kick rocks. Everything else can kick rocks. But see, here's the problem in our society, in our community. We talk about everything else but money. I mean, just think about it. When you scroll down your timeline today, you're going to see all your friends who are intelligent people, and they're going to be talking about everything that the white media is putting out today. Oh, did you see this? Oh, notice this. Oh, they are stupid. They talking about everything else but anything that's going to help them. And these are the intelligent people. These are not the bottom of the barrel people in our society, in our community. These are intelligent folk. Yet they believe they're doing a good work by talking about what the white media puts in front of their eyes. Really? But we won't talk about money. We won't talk about how to get it. We won't talk about how to manage it. We won't talk about how to grow it. We won't talk about how to multiply it. And we all know that the biggest issue that we have today in 2020 is economics. But yet it's the one conversation that we are embarrassed to have. Because it's hard to talk about getting rich when you're broke, busted, and disgusted. But I want to tell you this morning, beautiful people. When I was broke, busted, and disgusted, that's when I got super interested in getting rich. I didn't get rich and then get interested in getting rich. I didn't get out of debt and then get interested in getting out of debt. No, it's when that motherfucking bill was on my neck that I said, no, I'm done with this. I'm going to figure some stuff out. It wasn't until I was broke, busted, and super disgusted that I got interested in getting rich. When I decided I was going to study. I decided I was going to learn what I didn't know about money, and I decided I was going to let my money do the talking and everything else can do the walking. Some of y'all got it messed up. You're like, well, I'll become interested in this stuff once something happens, once I hit the lottery, once something no. Everybody put in the console, take control. You got to take control. Ain't nobody going to do it for you. Now, that obviously means that you got to want it, but everybody don't want to be rich. That's okay. If that's not you, that's fine. I'm just telling you, I think it's best that you decide to get rich and build wealth. I'm going to recommend it. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to recommend it. Because I think that's a better way to live in this capitalistic society, to have a little capital in your pocket. Okay? Now, of course, today we're going to be talking about capital because we got our book, but I'm going to catch up on these comments and then we'll go right into this thing here today on the Money and Power Show. Money in the power. Money in the power. What's going on, Giovanni? Now, of course, anytime that you learn something today, something that's new, we have a word that we use. It's called pineapples. That just identifies that we have learned something new, right? We didn't come here just to sit. We came here knowing that we're going to get something going to come out that I'm going to learn today. Always be learning, right? Many of us don't want to talk about it. It causes one to take responsibility. Absolutely, man. James Brooks Moore, good morning to you. Take control. That's right. Zach Shaheed, man. Take control. That's right, man. Sidley Henry, take control. So let's take a look here at one of these areas that gives us an opportunity to build some wealth. And let's just see what the white media is talking about in a media. Because see, it's one thing to look at the white media. It's another thing to actually interpret. And what I teach people is not to just read the news, but to interpret the news. And I'm looking at financial news. All right, news that you can use. Let's see what they're talking about here. See if there's anything worth talking about this morning. Coronavirus is crushing the world's most prolific film industry. I don't care. UK economy is heading its worst crash 300 years. I don't care. April is probably the worst month of American jobs. That's over. And we're in May. I don't care. No one's going out for breakfast anymore. That's a problem. I don't care. Your economy recovery may be shaped like the Nike swoosh. I don't care. U.S. is becoming a king of debt, but it's necessary. They've always been a king of debt. I don't care. Gap will reopen 800 stores, but the challenge is a lack of uniform rules. That's interesting. That's going to be the same probably for every company. All right, big tech has a strong first quarter. Next one could be much harder. I don't care about any of this stuff. Meet the markets, new safe havens. I don't care. Nintendo prop. I don't care. Why Disney Plus is now a blessing and a burden for Disney. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. How much longer Wendy's beef shortage will last? So the beef shortage, that's interesting because that's going to have an impact on a lot of these stores. But hey, think about this. See, here's where you go. This is an interesting headline. if you think about if there's a beef shortage, right? All right, so there's a beef shortage taking place, and what's happening is there is another transition or another pivot that's happening in the economy. So just think in the comments below. I'd like for you to share a place, let's say a restaurant that is predominantly beef based. They serve beef. That's what they do. They make their money by serving beef. In the comments below, I'd like for you to share a restaurant that predominantly makes their money by serving some type of beef product. I said you're gonna learn today. So if there is a beef shortage, while you guys are thinking about, man, what restaurant or whatever, it predominantly they make their money predominantly by promoting and serving beef. Now, the first one you're gonna come up with is McDonald's. We know that, right? But what else? Give me something other than McDonald's. So if there's a beef shortage, and we hear about this, and pretty soon you won't be able to get no beef because I guess maybe the beef got contaminated. And then as soon as you hear that beef got contaminated, that should tell you I ain't eating no damn beef anyway, because who knows if one of those packages got through and it's still contaminated. I don't know. I don't trust them like that. Well, then there's going to be a shift, right? There's going to be a shift from not eating beef to eating what? So then you got a couple options. You can say, okay, well, I'm not going to eat no damn beef. So McDonald's, you might have some troubles if you don't have anything other than beef that you serve. Wendy's, you might have some trouble if you don't have anything other than beef that you serve. Outback Steakhouse, Texas Roadhouse, y'all might have some trouble if y'all don't have anything but beef that you serve. But then you can say, okay, well, these are some companies that's gonna have some bad times. They're gonna be struggling. Burger King, you're gonna be struggling. Right? Let's come on. Y'all know where y'all go y'all know where y'all go. Where's the beef? Y'all know where y'all go eat the beef at. But then on the flip side, there's two places or two areas that they're going to see an influx, right? That's going to be the chicken-based serving places, right? That's going to be the Chick-fil-A. Now, they're already doing good. Can you imagine what the line going to be like at Chick-fil-A now? And that's going to be like a Popeyes. You know, that they got the new chicken sandwich, they battling with Chick-fil-A. That's good for Popeyes because they got a beef shortage. So now y'all got to come over here and get this chicken. That's going to be good for Zaxby's, right? That's going to be good for a Kentucky Fried Chicken. That might be good for a Church's or a Miss Winters, but who really eats there? Okay, right? But then there's another space that this is going to be a positive impact for. These businesses that have this thing called Impossible Burgers and Whoppers and stuff like that, Beyond Meat and Impossible Meat, whatever, right? All of your plant-based, all of your vegan spaces, this is a good thing for them. So you're going to have a space like a Slutty Vegan. They already popping. It's going to be even more popping for them. You're going to have spaces like, who else serves some Impossible Meats? I don't know, right? I don't know where they all serve that, but I just know that if I do go to Burger King, I ain't ordering no goddamn beef. Can I get the Impossible Whopper if I'm going to eat a Burger King? Although I don't eat a Burger King. Do you have a Impossible Big Mac? Because I ain't eat that goddamn beef because that beef is contaminated and I ain't trying to get that corona or whatever it is that's in that beef. Seafood places, right? Good one. Seafood, fish restaurants, right? They should do well. I like that. Everybody should do well. They should do well. So while something might have a negative, something might digress, something might have a negative impact based upon this one instance. For every action, there is a reaction. So something might go down, but people still got to eat. So they're just gonna go and eat over here, and that's going to cause what? More income, more profit, more sales over here, and it's going to cause less profit, less sales, more firings over here. Does that make sense? It's a simple stuff. We just got to identify what should do well versus what shouldn't do well. Am I making any sense to anybody? All right, seafood, right? Well, who's eating out, period, at this time? They still eating out? Who? You must ain't went out. You must be shelter in place. All you got to do is just ride down the street, as I told y'all yesterday, right? Ride down. He said, who's eating out? Everybody eating out. Folks ain't cooking. Hey, I mean, it's, what I'm saying? If you ain't got big mama, big auntie, You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no Haitian Jennifer in your house. Ain't nobody cooking. They still eating out. Matter of fact, they despise the kitchen so much, they will they will sit in their car in an hour-long line. You try to go down the street and you like, why is traffic stopped? And they just try to pull into the Dunkin' Donuts. Now, why the hell you pulling into Dunkin' Donuts? They literally are not going anywhere. It's almost like remember back in the day when gasoline Quick Trip, it'd be like $1.49 gasoline at all the other stations. And then Quick Trip come in, they open up, they grand opening, and they got 99-cent gas. And then for some kind of way, everybody in the city said, well, there's the 99-cent gas. I'm going to drive all the way from Douglasville to come over here to Decatur to get this 99-cent gas. And then you're trying to drive by Quick Trip, and the whole day, it's like parking lot pimping. I mean, you're like, my goodness, we can't go nowhere. Everybody trying to get the 99-cent gas. That's the same thing that's happening now. Right? Where are some places, if you got to go out, stop being afraid to go out. I'm not saying go out for a long time, but just see what's happening in the world. So here's some places that are always packed right now. The post office, long lines. Not so much the grocery store. The grocery store be packed, but it don't be packed like that. The post office, the bank. Now, the reason why these places are packed, because they only got so much help. The post office, the bank, these restaurants, all these drive-in places, right? Because they're not letting nobody inside. All the drive-ins are packed. So people are still going and sitting. I mean, it go like this. You know, you got the little drive-in. You drive right here, right? But then you got people behind you, and then you wrap all the way around where you are. Then there'll be another line here, and then that go all the way around. Then it go to the street, and then it go down like that. I'll be like, y'all want that goddamn chicken that bad? I don't want that chicken that bad. Can I go? I'm just going to Aldi, and I might sit in that line for 10 minutes. Y'all sitting in a 35-minute line to get something that's going to kill you. That don't make no sense. Y'all going to go buy the stuff that's going to kill you. It don't make no sense. But you know what? I stopped trying to make sense out of ignorance. You just can't do it. The ignorant will always be ignorant of their ignorance. So fish should do well. Right? Everybody drive-through lines are crazy. Right? Drive-throughs are filled. Y'all having this, okay, so it ain't just happening in Atlanta. I thought it was just me. I thought it was just a Decatur thing. I thought we here in Decatur was just, no, it ain't just Decatur. Okay. All right, I am cooking, right? Businesses reduce labor with drive-thrus while doing good numbers. Look at that. See what I'm saying? Somebody knows a little something. Say, hey, we don't need the whole staff. We don't need nobody to clean the tables. We don't need nobody to mop the floor because ain't nobody coming in here anyway, right? All we need is about 3 people. We need the person on the grill. We need the person we need the manager, and we need the person that's going to take the orders, and then we need that other person to go out there and just clean the sign or wipe down the racks or something. We need 4 people shifts. That's it. You see what I'm saying? Meatless food is becoming more valuable due to demand, right? Facts, right? Some fast food reopening these. There were black folk in line. I guess they tired of cooking here in New York City, right? Oh my goodness, we went to the bank. It was a 40-minute process for 2-minute transaction. Look at that, right? Okay, I know I go out, but I won't eat out. That's fine. Absolutely, you shouldn't. Chick-fil-A has perfected drive. Yes, they have. They got 2. I mean, listen, it's like Chick-fil-A knew this was coming. Chick-fil-A, that's why if Chick-fil-A ever go public, I'm putting all my dollars in Chick-fil-A. I just can't wait to them one day say we're going to put, they got double drive-throughs. They already had people outside taking orders so that you might be the 15th person in line. They got your order at the 15th, and all you gotta do is drive up and Chick-fil-A, they just do good business. Now, we might not like everything and all their ethics, and sometimes they say some stuff that bother us and whatever. Okay. But at the end of the day, if you are operating any type of business, you should be studying Chick-fil-A. For real. Like, for real. They done figure some stuff out. All right. But lines are everywhere. Yes, they are, but they're not everywhere. No, they're not. Lines are not everywhere. No, they're not. They are some places. They're not everywhere. You got to open your eyes. You got to pay more attention. They're not everywhere. There's some places that's important. Okay. So when you look at stuff like this, then it's easy to deduce, right? What's going to be a temporary buff or a temporary increase, right? And you can take advantage of those temporary spaces and places if you can think ahead. Everybody but also think ahead. So that's all I found in the news. Let's see what else we got here. Of course, my man Warren Buffett is pessimistic about airlines' future. I am too. If Warren Buffett says pessimistic, I'm pessimistic. Now, Warren Buffett ain't always right, but that's my mentor, so nonetheless. Here's what happened in the market yesterday. Then we're going to get to the richest man in Babylon. The Dow Jones was down 200 points yesterday, just 0.1%. So as you notice, I want you guys to notice, and we haven't done this in a while, but the variances of the ups and downs are becoming minimal. So you have 1% variance up or down every day. That's about right. Versus drop 5% and then increase 8%. That's abnormal. Now we're getting back to some sense of normalcy. And if you pay attention to money, don't pay attention to Trump, don't pay attention to the news. If you watch the money, it'll tell you what's going to happen next. See, when you learn how to study money, then the money tells you what's going to happen next. Because the people in power, that's all they care about is money. They don't care about you and your life, whether you live or whether you die. All they care about is the money. And the money tells the story. Everybody putting down, so money tells the story. It doesn't tell your story, but it tells the story of the economy. It tells the story of this capitalistic society that we live in. But you know what? Because we are so hell-bent on sensationalism, so hell-bent on drama, so hell-bent on suspense, so hell-bent on living our life like it's a movie, we don't look at money. We look at the news. Because on the news, they got bust them up, they got cops and robbers. On the news, they got, reality TV. On the news, they got, Ray meets Shaquan. But where the real news is at, where you can't have no fake news, is in the numbers. Their numbers can be manipulated, but the money tells the story. The money is the news, but we don't understand that just yet. Now, if you just learned something, because I just dropped some hellified mics. Y'all know what to do. Put in the comments on pineapples. Pineapples. Now, what do I know? I'm just a young buck from Decatur, Georgia. I've just been studying this stuff for over 10 years. I don't know nothing. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Just watch. And begin to notice how everything begins to settle because the money is settling. Because the money is settling. Now, here's the variance. The variance in the money is the emotions of the people. Because the people got the money. And the people feel some type of way about some type of thing. So when the people are scared, they do certain things. When the people are happy, they do certain things. So in order for you and I to really begin to build wealth, we have to do two things. Study money and study people. It's just that simple. You want to get rich? You want to build wealth? You study money and you study people. That's it. Woo! All right, hold on. What was that? Something I was going to look at there before we get into the richest man in Babylon. All right, now for the Black Billionaires Club, we'll be going through this one here. These are the stocks COVID-19 is impacting the most and the least. I'll pull that up for those that are here so you can see what we're talking about. We're going to be going through this each and every week on Wednesdays for our investment education night. I'm no longer doing this stuff for the public. At this point in time, if you value this information, if you value this education and you want to go deeper, it's called Join the Black Billionaires Club. I'll still cover stuff. I still give free financial education. But when it's time to go deep, I need to go deep with the people that really want to go deep, that have invested themselves into going deep. And some of y'all are just coming. It's okay. I get it. I provide free financial education, and hopefully you're taking it and doing something with it. But when you understand, let me put a little money on it so I can take this thing a whole lot further. When you're ready to go to class 201 and class 301, when you're ready to graduate in money, well, then that's going to have some type of cost to it. Because there ain't too many people graduating for free. Ain't too many people getting promoted for free. So your foundation hopefully is good, it's set. Right? Gig economy companies like Airbnb are signaling distress. We already know that. Why? Because we've talked to real estate people, know what's going on. Here's some things that happened yesterday. Not General Motors up, nothing much. A whole bunch of companies were down. Simon Properties is a real estate group. Occidental Petroleum Oil Group. Look at this oil. Look at oil. Oil jumped up 10% yesterday. Remember when oil like a month ago was at negative $37? And I said, this ain't going to last. Remember I said that? Remember I told you what was going to happen? Now, I couldn't foresee it going into the negative, but it was only in the negative for like one day. That thing bounced right back. And those who had the foresight to invest in oil, they feel all right now. They got big dividends getting paid to them. They got the foresight of they're just waiting on the appreciation to come because this commodity is super valuable. What do you think is going to happen when travel opens back up? What do you think is going to happen to oil? What do you think is going to happen when the airlines start flying all over the world again? What do you think is going to happen when the cruise lines start cruising all over the world again? What do you think is going to happen when the shelter in place is no longer in place, but everybody's moving around the city again? What do you think is going to happen to oil? What do you think? This is not rocket science. This is simple Simon stuff. It's called supply and demand. What do you think is going to happen? Now, they need to have these conversations on the news. They're not telling you what you can do in order to put yourself in position to get rich. They're not interested in you getting rich. If they was, they have financial education in the school system. Of course, we know they don't have that. But the question is, are you interested in getting rich? Damn, if they're interested in you getting rich, are you interested? Do you want to get rich? Woo! We still got 20 minutes. Let's go. All right, I'll get to all this. I'll do all that next Wednesday. I'm not going to get into all that. Y'all know what time it is, guys. Time for Richest Man of Babylon. I told you guys we'll be going through that until we get through this book, because this is the book that I continue to encourage people to get. Now, we got books coming in. So you can go to the website, theblackbazaar.com. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in the comments below for you guys if you want to order the book. Let's see here. So we'll go here. I'll show you where to go. Let's do this real quick in case you're saying, I want to get that book. All right, let me do this. We'll come down. We're going to come down to the bookstore. Oh, it's in the bookstore. Yeah, it's in the bookstore, right? It's in the bookstore. And we got this thing called the Richest Man of Babylon right there, right? I'm going to copy that thing right here, and I'm going to put that in the comments below so you can go order your copy. I don't make no money off of this, right? I just provide it for people that say they want to get the book. So you can get the book. As soon as they come in, I'll send them out to you. I don't get, who's going to make money off a $10 book? That just ain't going to happen, okay? But it's because it's my favorite book, and I recommend it to people, and people keep saying, well, do you sell it? Yeah, I got 25 books coming in, and 10 of them are already sold. So, I mean, I got 15 copies left, and I got about 3 that were already sold as well. So, do the math. If you want to get a book, you want to get this book that I've been recommending since I started getting out of debt, you can do it. Okay, Richest Man of Babylon, let's get into it. Let's catch up on these comments here, and then we'll get to the Richest Man of Babylon. Whoo! Okay, let's see here. Great customer service. Me too, man. Chick-fil-A, go public. Think again, think ahead, think ahead, think ahead, think ahead. All right? Watch the money, right? Follow the money. Think ahead. Money tells the story. Money tells the story. In this society, markets looked to me the same 12 months ago, right? Right? Money tells the story. Pineapples, right? Pineapple, right, man? I need me a pineapple smoothie up in here, right? Money tells the story. The emotions of people. Study money and study people. Pineapple, study money and study people. Sky high oil prices are going to increase, right? Link to the Black Billionaires Club is not working. The link to the Black Billionaires Club is not working? Sure. You sure? It's right here. Now, the Black Billionaires Club, you may have some issues, if you're on mobile sometimes. It just goes slow, but it's there. It's working. I'll put it in there. It may go slow on your mobile. If you have a problem with your mobile, just go to a PC. I'm still working on that. I don't know what's going on. We've been having issues for a little while, just trying to get it to move fast on mobile. I don't know. That ain't my lane. I call people, I pay them, and they ain't fixed it yet. So we just keep it moving. All right. Richest Man in Babylon. This book was written back in 1926. This book is filled with principles that if you simply read this book and do what it tells you to do, you will have good financial success. This is the second most important book, in my opinion, as it relates to good financial management. The first book is the Bible, the greatest financial book ever written. Most people won't read that because it's too long, too much, too confusing. Well, this is a 187-page book. It's a $10 book. So not only is it inexpensive or easy to get, it's also relatively easy to read. Everybody putting down so easy. Okay, everybody putting down so easy. You're on a PC? Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you, brother. Like, I don't know what's going on. Let's see here. Let me see now. All right. Put that thing in. Now it's gonna go a little slow because we got a lot of. I don't know why I do that. It's gonna go a little. Boom, came right up. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's get back into the book. Okay. Work for me. All right. Working. It's okay. Easy. It worked for me. All right. Easy. All right. So last we left off, Arcad, who is the richest man in Babylon, he was explaining how he got rich. And he had a money lender that came into his life who he did some work for. And in exchange for the work, he said, hey, teach me how to get rich. Teach me how to profit. And so he did that. And he gave him some tips, said, hey, pay yourself first. Pay yourself 10% of all that comes into your hand. And you will accumulate wealth over time. Everybody putting down so over time. It's important to understand that you build wealth over time, not overnight. If you have an overnight mentality, you're going to be frustrated. You can get rich overnight. You can hit the lotto. Someone can leave an inheritance to you, right? Stuff can happen that you can actually get more money overnight. But getting rich and building wealth are not the same thing. What I encourage people to do is to get rich and build wealth. If I can get me some overnight money that can help me take care of my overtime money, then that's what I'm going to do, right? So I'm encouraging people to get rich and build wealth. I think you should want. I think that's a great thing to desire, to want, to get rich and build wealth. So getting rich is an overnight type thing. Getting rich is more money tomorrow than you have today. Getting rich is, you got to define it for yourself. But I'm just saying, I can go to bed tonight. I wake up in the morning and I can have more money in my account when I wake up than I went to bed at night. To me, that's getting rich. It just continue to happen overnight. But building wealth is a totally different thing. Building wealth takes time, consistency, and discipline. Time, you need time. And that's the thing. Like, you need time. And that's what I be saying. God, if you give me enough time, if I'm 40 years old today. I mean, I'm 40 years old, not today, it's not my birthday, but I'm 40 years old. And I'm saying, how much time do I have left to build wealth? Everybody putting that in the comment. So you need to answer this question. You need to ask this question, not for you to answer it, just for you to write it, because sometimes when you write it, it becomes more powerful. How much time do you got left? Now, you don't know how much time you have left, but you can guess. You say, wait a second, I'm 55 years old. And for 55 years, I ain't built no wealth. I ain't got that much time left. So if you feel that, then you're like, well, I got to get busy. I mean, time waits for nobody. I got to kick it in gear. I got to do something. And what I have been doing that hasn't really been working, I got to stop doing that. And I got to pick up some things that are going to help me, because I'm really serious about building wealth and leaving an inheritance to my children. If I'm serious about that, then I simply answer this question for myself. How much time do I have left? Now, our days could be over tomorrow. We don't know. But God willing, I'm going to live a long life. God willing, I still got time. And not God willing, but me willing, am I willing to use my time wisely to build wealth? And I'm talking about wealth in every area of your life, not just money. You'll see that I only talk about money because it's the easiest thing to talk about. But I want you to build wealth in your body, your health. I want you to build wealth in your mentality, which is peace. I want you to build wealth in your soul to have a clear conscience. I want you to build wealth in every area of your life. Here's what I found. If you can do it with the smallest, which is money, then it becomes easier to do it in every other area. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Oh, 8:45. So Algamesh had left a lesson with Arcad. And he simply said, hey, he left, gave him some instructions, and he came back after a year, and he had a little lesson with him, which he basically said, hey, don't pay the brick maker to teach you about jewels. Don't pay the jewel maker to teach you about laying bricks. Go to the people that are experts in their particular field in order to get advice from them. Stop getting opinions from people who have not been tested, have not proven themselves, who don't know what they're talking about. That's going to lead you to broke, busted, and disgusted. Start listening to people who are professionals, who are skilled in that particular area. If you don't, you're going to lose money. And that's exactly what happened. So that was his very first lesson. He said, man, I started paying myself first, right? My money started to grow. And then I said, okay, I want to put my money out to see if I can go make some more. But I went to a brick maker who said that he knew something about jewels. And as soon as he told this to Algamesh, his teacher, his money mentor said, man, yeah, you can count that gone. Your money gone. You can charge that to the game. Everybody putting guys on charges to the game. How many guys have had some charge it to the game moments in your life? Well, you look back and you realize, yeah, they got me. And you get mad at them for a minute because you're like, damn, all these freaking scammers, all these thieves. But then in your quiet moments, when you get with God, when you sit by yourself, you get mad at yourself because you got God. You put yourself in position to be stolen from. And you simply have to charge it to the game. That's a learning experience. We call that here stupid tax. Everybody putting down so stupid tax. Because you and I, we don't all pay some stupid tax. We got God. You got to charge it to the game. Woo, Lord. How much time do I have left? How much time do I have left? Charge it to the game. You're going to charge it to the game. We're going to charge that stupid tax to the game. We're older. We're wiser. We make better decisions, right? We don't put ourselves in position to lose money. What's rule number 1? Don't lose money. What's rule number 2? Don't forget rule number 1. All right. So Algamesh said, oh, he went away again. All right. Oh, no, he came back. He says, so again, 12 months later, Algamesh, who's the money mentor, came to the room of the scribes and addressed me. What progress have you made since I last saw you? As you think about your teachers as it relates to money, not many of us got teachers, but if you do, that your teacher might feel like, okay, you are Vivian Reed. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is great. Vivian Reed. Vivian has now, congratulations, Vivian. She has her e-commerce store up now. And the teacher is telling Vivian, good job. And the teacher is telling Vivian, you know what? I'm going to leave because you are past the first grade. And I'm going to come back later and I'm going to ask you this question. Because now, Vivian, you are on your own for a little while. I'm going to come back and ask you this simple question. What type of progress have you made? Everybody putting down some progress. So good teachers are not going to allow you to take the same grade over again. Good teachers are not going to allow you to devalue yourself and your learning capabilities. Good teachers will say you are promoted. You have graduated first grade. You are off to second grade. I can go help other people. I'll come back and check on you. So, Vivian, you are now in the second grade. But, Vivian, why are you still trying to go back to the first grade? And I'm not just talking to Vivian. I'm talking to all the Vivian mentalities out there. You have graduated first grade. Why? After the teacher has told you you have graduated, after they've given you your certificate, after they passed off the diploma, as they sent you off to the next grade, why are you trying to take the same classes over again? So a teacher, a real teacher, a real mentor is going to leave. And they're going to come back and check on you and see what type of progress you've made. Now, what do you think is happening, or what should be happening to good students? Everybody putting down, so good student. A good student at this particular time says, yes, I've graduated. I'm out in the second grade. Now's my moment to see what I've learned, to use what I've learned, and then to learn a little bit on my own. And now it's time for me to act like I'm a second grader. So this is where self-study comes in. Vivian, you got the platform. In that platform, there are plenty of tutorials that you can take on your own. There are plenty of things that you can play with. You ain't going to break it. And just try some stuff out. It's like, you know, for brothers, I don't know how many sisters play video games, but that's what we do. Okay, we got the basics. And we start playing the game. And that first boss, it be kicking our ass all the time. Like, damn, I can't get past this first boss. We don't go back to the teacher. We keep playing the game because we got the basics. We know how to move the man. We know how to shoot the gun. We know how to jump. We know how to duck. We know how to play. We know the basics. But the goddamn boss keep kicking our ass. Do we put the controller down and say, oh, I'm done? No, we keep playing. And you know how long we keep playing? We keep playing until. Everybody put in console until. We keep playing until. How many guys, if you are a video game player, you got this experience? You kept playing. And by the time you beat that dang on boss, this is only the first boss. You ain't even got to the hard stuff. This is the first boss. By the time you looked up, it was 3 a.m. Because you simply said, I'm not giving up until I beat this boss. Now, why am I telling this story? Because I believe each and every one of you, you need to identify the boss that you're going to keep fighting until you conquer, until you overcome, until you smack that ass. What's that boss in your life that you keep fighting? And that boss keeps saying, who's your master? And you over here, like Bruce Leroy, you like, I got that glow. You need to know I got that glow. Huh? At this point in time, I want you to identify the one boss. You might have multiple. One boss in your life that you keep fighting. One boss in your life that you're saying, I'm not giving up. One boss in your life that you got the control in your hand. One boss in your life that you know the basics. And you're going to keep fighting. You're going to keep on going until. What's that for you? For some of you, it's the fear of success. The boss in your life is the fear of success. For some of you, it's execution. For some of you, it's procrastination. We all got bosses in our life that we must defeat. But we only defeat them if we keep playing the game until. What's that boss for you? What's that thorn that's in your side? What's the one thing that keeps coming up, that keeps, every time you take a step forward, it pulls you back? You take one step forward, you feel like you took 2 steps back. Who's that boss in your life? What's that for you? Now, Alchemist said, "Hey, I'm gonna come back." He asked his student, Arcad, "What progress have you made since I last saw you?" He said, "Man, I paid faithfully to myself." I replied, "And my savings I have entrusted to Agar, the shield maker. This time I entrusted to a shield maker to buy bronze." So a shield maker is skilled in buying bronze. And each 4th month he does pay me the rental. So I lend my money out. I become a lender because I done built up some capital, and I lent it to somebody who is skilled in metal, or skilled in metal, right? Bronze is a metal, I think, right? Right? He said, "That is good. And what do you do with the rental?" "Well, I do have a great feast with honey and wine and spiced cake. Also, I bought me a scarlet tunic, and someday I shall buy me a young ass or a donkey upon which to ride. I'm going to buy me a car." This is what he said. He said, the mentor said, "Okay, good. You're doing good. You're making progress. Now, what are you doing with the rental?" "Well, I bought all the good food at the store. I got the steak. I got shrimp, right? I got the fine wine. I got the Hennessy. I got the Hen Dog. I got the Moet. All right, and I got the spice cake. I got all the cheesecake. I went to Cheesecake Factory. I got all that stuff too. We eating good in the hood." He also bought for me, I went and got me a Chanel bag. I went and got me, right? I went and got me all the Polo stuff. And then I went and got me I finally got the car I've been looking for. Man, I got that Lexus. I got that Range Rover. I'm balling. That's what I did with my rental. That's what he just said. So what does his mentor do? The money mentor laughs. Oh, no. You do eat your children of your savings. Then how do you expect them to work for you? And how can they have children that will also work for you? First, get you an army of golden slaves. And then many a rich banquet may you have enjoy without regret. So saying again, he went away. You see what he just said? He said, get you an army. Get you an army. Get you an army of golden slaves. What the money mentor just told the student. Build for yourself multiple streams of income. Everybody put in console, multiple streams is my army. Multiple streams is my army. And I'm not going to live the lavish life until my army is built. I'm going to say no to all the fancy dinners that everybody else who broke, but they want to look like they rich, they go to, because my army ain't built up yet. I'm going to say no to all the exotic vacations that everybody who want to look rich go to, but they ain't really got the money. They can afford to go, but they come back to that. They be like, oh shit, the damn bill. I ain't paid my light bill. I'm going to say no to that until my multiple streams of income army is built. They driving all the fancy cars. I'm going to stay in my little 1982 Honda that's still moving and still takes care of its job until my multiple streams of income army is built. Why? Because I know I need an army, because eventually we going to war. And that war is the fight against prosperity and poverty. And if I don't have an army, I'm going to lose to poverty. And that's not what we do here. So I'm going to build me an army, a multiple streams of income army, so I can fight poverty and remain in the land flowing with milk and honey. Now, how many guys are just like this student? The first time you got a little taste of money, you went and bought the new car, the new house. You started eating at all the fancy restaurants, right? You started buying all the top-notch clothes. You went from shopping at Dollar Tree. You still went from shopping at Macy's to Nordstrom's, because now you felt like you could afford it, but you didn't have an army of multiple streams. So you and I are no different than Arcad. He went through and learned lessons from his money mentor, and this is only the second lesson. He's still on his way to building wealth. First, he created a habit of paying himself first. Then he had a stupid tax moment where he gave his money to somebody. He thought it was a good investment. And he had to charge it to the game. You either win or you learn. He learned from that. Now he's got his money working for him, and he's become a lender, not a borrower. But he still has some more to learn to build wealth, because now he was eating his children. He was eating the rental that was coming back, and he was using that to build a lavish lifestyle. Not yet. Everybody put in comments on not yet. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. You're just not ready for that yet, because you ain't built your army of multiple streams of income. Let me catch up on these comments here. That's right, man. Good student. Good student. Good student. Good student. In the comments below, I'd like for you to tag one person who you know needs this lesson today. Not to shame them, but just to say, hey, sister, I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. You know what? I'm not in a position where I want you to be begging me for money. I want you to be in a position that maybe you're not going to learn from me, but maybe you'll learn from something like this. And you'll take the indirect lesson and fix your own money problems, or begin to fix your own money problems. Tag somebody, share it with somebody, because here's the deal. There is more than one. I'm one, but there's more than one person who is teaching financial education in our community. The question will always remain, will you come to class? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Understand that the teacher is always ready. In the comments below, I'd like for you to share something that you learned today. Something that you learned today. Your pineapple moment. We don't do this just to do this. We do this to make a difference. And I pray that we made a difference in your life today. My mentor, Mr. Warren Buffett, says this, that price is what you pay, but value is what you get. What's the price that you paid? It wasn't money. It was your time, which is more valuable than time. So whether you spent 10 minutes with me today or an hour, my job is to make sure that you get way more value than that you receive. I'm simply asking you to answer this question in the comments below as I catch up on your comments. Was this worth your time, and why? What was your pineapple moment here today on the Money and Power Show? Siobhan said blessings. Absolutely, man. Queen Vivian, this is a very good comparison. Absolutely, man. Until. That's right, man. Definitely been there, right? Been there, right? Until. Absolutely, man. I never thought I would have to kick my own ass. Absolutely. Grand Rising, see you, Lucky, Loki, Slick, Saucy, and how. Going to be honest, and open minds have been self-doubt and the fear of the unknown. Okay. All right. Being honest. Now you overcome it. See, you overcome with honesty. I'm late, but I'm going to go back and watch this video. Absolutely. Pray for me. It's been all emotions. Okay. Multiple streams of income is my army. Multiple streams is my army. That's right. Multiple streams is my army. Multiple streams is my army. Multiple streams is my army. Right? Multiple streams. Now, you know what we say after that, guy? We be like, shh. We be like Master P. We're like, no limit soldier. I thought I told you. No limit soldier. My money is some no-limit soldiers. That's right, man. Facts, man. Facts, Zach. Facts, man. I can't wait. Hopefully you'll be here next Monday, brother. For real. For real, for real. Not the Monday coming up. The Monday after that. Right? Not yet. Not yet, right? Not yet. We ain't there yet. We ain't there yet. We getting there. We ain't there yet. Right? We still got some stuff to look forward to, right? Multiple streams is my army. Yes, absolutely, Zach, man. Great value, good brother. Absolutely. Thanks so much. Watch the money. Oil prices going back up. My pineapple moment. Anybody else? Go if we close this thing out here today on the Money and Power Show, right? Until I build an army of multiple streams, I will not be living lavishly. Absolutely. Sedley Henry is in the house, man. Anybody else? Anybody else, man? Anybody else? Loki, Slick Sauce. My money is a no-limit soldier. I thought I told you. All right, anybody else, man, before we close this thing out again, you can shop black. You can buy black at the ERGJ Black Bazaar. If you are saying that you know it's time for you to join the Black Billionaires Club and get with some no-limit soldiers, well, make sure that you do that by simply going to the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com, and choosing to join the club. Someone said the link wasn't working earlier. It's working on my end. I will put that in the comments below so you can make a decision that can change your life forever. That's just what we do, right? YouTube. Reject your comment. This is fairly common when sharing a link. You may need to share the link in another way. Okay, so YouTube is blocking the link sharing, whatever. I learned that I have to pay me first, then pay others. You reinforce that I have to leave a legacy for those after me. No debt, but a legacy. That's right. No debt, but a legacy. This is the Money and Power Show brought to you by the New Black Wall Street and the Black Billionaires Club. I'm your host, ERGJ. This has been a terrific time of learning. And listen, guys, we only on page 21. And I'm not going to go fast with this. If it take me the rest of the year to teach this book, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not in a rush. I believe that God's going to give us time. And that's just what we're going to do. The richest man in Babylon. I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, it's time to get up, to get out, and go get something. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.